Ladies, I'm about to shatter everything you think you know about age and attraction. Right now, there's a 47-year-old woman sitting in a coffee shop, completely unbothered, reading her book. 3 different men in their 20s and 30s have approached her in the last hour. She didn't even try. Meanwhile, her 25-year-old friend is sitting across from her. Complete radio silence. What's happening here isn't luck, it isn't money, and it definitely isn't some anti-aging miracle cream. Before we dive in, let me ask you something that might sting a little. Have you been told that your dating life gets harder as you get older? That younger men only want younger women? That you need to act your age and settle? Well, I'm here to tell you that's complete garbage. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm sharing 3 scientifically backed secrets that older women use to make younger men absolutely lose their minds in the best way possible. This isn't feel-good fluff. I'm talking about real research from Elite Singles, eHarmony, the Journal of Sex Research, and surveys of thousands of men who specifically seek out older women. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why 26% of men aged 20-30 actually prefer older women, and more importantly, how to become the type of woman they can't stop thinking about. But first, we need to address the elephant in the room. The problem. Society's biggest lie about aging and attraction. Let's be brutally honest about something most women experience but rarely discuss openly. At some point, probably in your 30s, someone planted a poisonous seed in your mind. Maybe it was a comment from a friend, a scene in a movie, or just the constant bombardment of youth-obsessed media. The seed was this: your best years are behind you. And once that seed takes root, it grows into something devastating. You start believing that as you age, your dating opportunities shrink. You look at social media and see 20-somethings getting all the attention, and you think, do I even stand a chance anymore? You might catch yourself in the mirror, and instead of seeing wisdom, experience, and hard-earned confidence, you see competition with women half your age. You start thinking that younger men only want younger women, period. But here's what's absolutely mind-blowing. While you've been convinced that your age is a liability, science has been proving the exact opposite. In 2022, Elite Singles conducted a massive survey that should have made front-page news everywhere. They found that 26% of men between 20 and 30 don't just tolerate older women, they actively prefer them, not settle for them, not accept them as a backup plan. They specifically seek them out, and get this, it's not for the reasons you might think. It's not about money. It's not about being taken care of. It's not even primarily about physical experience, though that's part of it. It's about how older women make them feel. But here's where it gets tragic. Most older women have no idea they possess this power. They're so busy trying to compete with younger women, getting procedures, dressing younger, hiding their age, that they're actually sabotaging their natural advantages. When you believe your age is a disadvantage, you unconsciously start behaving in ways that repel the very men who would be most attracted to you. You lower your standards. You chase men who don't deserve you. You shrink your personality to seem younger and more fun. And in doing this, you're throwing away your secret weapon. A study published in the Journal of Sex Research in 2018 found that men are drawn to older women for their confidence, emotional stability, and life experience. These aren't things you can fake or learn from a YouTube tutorial. They come from living, from surviving challenges, and from knowing who you are. But when you don't realize this is your superpower, you hide it. You apologize for your experience instead of owning it. You try to be someone you're not instead of being authentically, unapologetically you. And that, ladies, is where we're going to turn things around today. Secret number 1, unapologetic confidence in who you are. The first secret that makes younger men chase older women isn't what most people expect. It's not playing hard to get. It's not looking younger. It's not even being mysterious. It's unapologetic confidence in who you are. Notice I didn't say arrogance, I didn't say pretending to be perfect. I said confidence in who you are, flaws, experiences, opinions, and all. Here's what happens in a younger man's brain when he encounters a truly confident older woman. While most women his age are still figuring out who they are, seeking constant validation on social media and changing their personalities based on who they're dating, he meets someone who just knows herself. She knows what she likes for dinner without checking Yelp reviews for 20 minutes. She knows what kind of music makes her happy. She knows what behavior she will and won't tolerate in relationships. She's done wasting time on things that don't matter. Dr. Jennifer Aker from Stanford's Graduate School of Business has studied confidence extensively, and she found something fascinating. Confidence isn't just attractive because of how it makes you appear to others. It's attractive because of how it makes others feel around you. When you're genuinely confident, people feel more relaxed. They feel like they can be themselves. They don't have to walk on eggshells or guess what you're thinking. Let me tell you about Maria, a 44-year-old architect I interviewed last year. She was at a work conference networking event when a 28-year-old colleague approached her. Instead of the usual small talk, he said something that stuck with her. "I love talking to you because you actually have opinions. Most people my age just agree with whatever they think I want to hear." Maria wasn't trying to impress him. She wasn't agreeing with everything he said. When he mentioned loving a restaurant she thought was overpriced and mediocre, she said so, but in a way that was honest, not mean. When he asked what she did for fun, she didn't try to sound cool. She told him she was learning pottery and loved it. That honesty, that comfort with her own preferences, made her magnetic. Harmony conducted a fascinating experiment in 2023. They created identical dating profiles for women of different ages, but varied only one thing: how the women described themselves in terms of confidence and self-knowledge. Profiles of women over 35 who use phrases like "comfortable in my own," "skin," "know what I want," and "confident in who I am" received 22% more messages from younger men than profiles that focused on physical appearance or trying to seem younger. 22%. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between getting occasional interest and having men actively pursue you. But how do you develop this if you don't feel it yet? Here's the thing. You probably already have more of this than you realize. You've just been taught to hide it. Start with small things. Next time someone asks where you want to go for dinner, actually express a preference instead of saying, "I don't care, whatever you want." When someone asks about your weekend plans, don't feel like you need to make them sound more exciting than they are. Confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being comfortable with your authentic self in the room. Secret. Number 2, they don't play mind games. The second secret is so simple, it's almost embarrassing that it works so well. Older women who attract younger men don't play mind games. Let me explain why this is revolutionary in today's dating world. Younger men today are drowning in confusing signals. They're dealing with women who post cryptic social media stories instead of communicating directly, play wait 3 hours to text back games to seem busy, say "I'm fine" when they're clearly upset, give mixed signals about their interest level, create drama to test how much he'll chase. These aren't necessarily bad people. They're often just following dating advice that treats relationships like a strategic game rather than a human connection. But here's what's happening. Men are getting exhausted by this. They're craving something real. When a younger man encounters an older woman who communicates clearly, it's like finding an oasis in the desert. She says what she means. She means what she says. If she's interested, she shows it. If she's not available, she says so. If something bothers her, she addresses it directly. The American Psychological Association published research showing that Clear, direct communication is ranked as one of the top 3 relationship traits that younger men specifically admire in older women. Why? Because it removes the guesswork. It makes them feel emotionally safe, and it builds trust quickly. Let me share a real case study from relationship coach Lisa Shield. Her client Sarah, 48, started dating Jake, 29. When Lisa asked Jake what initially attracted him to Sarah, his answer was illuminating. "She doesn't play games. When she likes something I do, she tells me. When she wants to see me, she doesn't pretend to be busy to test if I'll chase her. When she's upset about something, she just tells me what's wrong instead of making me guess. It makes me feel like I can actually be myself instead of constantly trying to decode what she really means." Here's what happens psychologically when you don't play games. It creates psychological safety. Younger men, especially those who have been burned by confusing dating dynamics, find this incredibly attractive. When someone feels psychologically safe with you, they open up more, they invest more emotionally, they start to see you as someone they can actually build something real with, rather than just someone they're trying to figure out. Direct communication doesn't mean being blunt or insensitive. It means being honest and clear. Here are some examples. Instead of posting a sad song on Instagram, hoping he'll ask what's wrong, try, "Hey, something's been bothering me. Can we talk about it?" Instead of playing hard to get when you're actually interested, try, "I really enjoyed our date. I'd love to see you again." Instead of saying, "I don't care," when you actually have a preference, try, "I'd prefer Italian food tonight, but I'm open to other suggestions." This kind of communication is mature, refreshing, and incredibly attractive to men who are tired of playing guessing games. When you don't play games, you also free yourself from exhausting mental gymnastics. You don't have to remember how long to wait before texting back, or analyze every word in his messages for hidden meaning, or create artificial drama to keep things interesting. This mental freedom actually makes you more attractive because you're more present, more relaxed, and more genuinely yourself. Secret number 3. They make a man feel like a king without losing their own crown. Now we get to the most sophisticated secret, and this is where older women really shine. They've mastered the delicate art of making a man feel incredible without sacrificing their own worth or identity. This isn't about being submissive or losing yourself in a relationship. It's about understanding masculine psychology while maintaining your feminine power. Men have a deep psychological need to feel appreciated and admired. This isn't toxic masculinity, it's human psychology. Just like women need to feel cherished and valued, men need to feel respected and admired for their efforts. Younger women often haven't learned how to do this effectively. They either go too far in one direction, becoming clingy and losing themselves, or too far in the other direction, being so independent that the man feels unnecessary. Older women, through experience, have learned the balance. A woman who's mastered this secret does things like, she notices when he does something thoughtful and actually tells him she appreciates it, not in a patronizing way, but genuinely. When he fixes something in her apartment, she doesn't just say thanks. She says, "I really appreciate you taking care of that. It makes me feel supported." She celebrates his wins without feeling threatened. When he gets a promotion or achieves something important, she's genuinely excited for him. She doesn't make it about herself or worry that his success somehow diminishes her. She makes him feel desired without being desperate. She lets him know she finds him attractive, but she doesn't need constant reassurance about her own attractiveness. But here's the crucial part. She never loses her own crown. She has her own life, her own goals, and her own interests. She's not trying to merge completely into his world. She maintains her own identity. This creates a powerful dynamic. He feels like the most important man in the world when he's with her, but he also knows she chose him from a position of strength, not desperation. Men's Health magazine surveyed 500 men aged 22-35 about their experiences dating older women. 68% said they found older women more emotionally supportive and better at expressing appreciation than women their own age. But here's the key finding. They also said these women maintained their independence and didn't lose themselves in the relationship. This balance between nurturing and independence is something older women naturally develop through life experience. They've learned that you can be supportive without being a doormat. You can show appreciation without being desperate. You can make someone feel special without losing yourself. You can be vulnerable without being weak. You can compromise without sacrificing your core values. Here's how you can apply this. Show genuine appreciation for things he does, but don't manufacture praise for mediocre effort. When he does something that actually helps or impresses you, tell him specifically what you appreciated and how it made you feel. Maintain your own interests and friendships. Don't abandon your life to revolve around his schedule. When you have your own fulfilling life, your attention becomes more valuable. Be emotionally supportive during his challenges, but don't try to fix everything for him. Listen, empathize, and offer encouragement, but let him be the hero of his own story. Express your attraction and desire for him, but don't need constant validation about your own attractiveness. Secure women give more freely because they're not constantly worried about what they're getting back. Let me paint you a picture of what happens when you embody all three secrets. Instead of trying to compete with younger women, you realize you're playing a completely different game, one where you have natural advantages they haven't developed yet. Instead of hiding your age or your experience, you own it as the superpower it is. Instead of chasing men who aren't that interested, you become the woman that men chase. When you embody unapologetic confidence, direct communication, and the ability to make a man feel amazing while maintaining your own worth, something magical happens. You don't just attract younger men, you attract better men, period. You stop tolerating behavior that doesn't meet your standards. You stop settling for lukewarm interest. You start expecting and receiving the kind of treatment you deserve. Let me tell you about Diana, a 52-year-old marketing executive I coached last year. When we first started working together, she was convinced her dating life was over. She'd been trying to compete with younger women on their terms, hiding her age, trying to dress younger, and apologizing for her experience. After implementing these three secrets, everything changed. She stopped trying to be someone she wasn't and started owning who she was. She became direct in her communication instead of playing games she didn't even want to play. She learned to appreciate men genuinely while maintaining her own standards and identity. 6 months later, she was dating a 34-year-old entrepreneur who constantly told her how refreshing and amazing she was. But more importantly, she felt like herself again, confident, valuable, and worthy of love at any age. I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds great in theory, but what about the challenges that come with this? Let me address the most common concerns. But what if he's just looking for something casual? Here's the truth. Some men of any age are looking for something casual. Age doesn't determine someone's relationship intentions. Their character does. The beauty of being direct, secret number 2, is that you can find out what someone wants quickly and decide if it aligns with what you want. What if his friends or family judge our age difference? Mature men who are genuinely interested in older women don't typically care what others think. And if they do, that tells you something important about their character and confidence level. Would you really want to be with someone who's easily swayed by other people's opinions about your relationship? What if it's just a phase for him? Some relationships are phases regardless of age. But when you embody these three secrets, you're not attracting men who see you as a novelty or an experiment. You're attracting men who are drawn to the specific qualities that come with your experience and maturity. The foundation of all three secrets is believing that you have value exactly as you are right now, at your current age, with all your experiences. This isn't about becoming someone different, it's about owning who you already are. Let's get into the fascinating psychology of why these relationships work so well when they're based on genuine compatibility rather than superficial factors. Many younger men are at a stage where they're establishing their careers, figuring out what they want from life and looking for stability and wisdom. Many older women are past the phase of figuring out who they are and can offer the emotional stability and life perspective these men crave. This isn't about a mother-son dynamic. It's about complementary strengths. He brings energy, ambition, and fresh perspectives. She brings wisdom, emotional intelligence, and self-knowledge. Research from the University of California found that women typically reach emotional maturity about 2 to 3 years earlier than men. This means a 35-year-old woman and a 25-year-old man might actually be at similar levels of emotional development. Add to this the fact that many younger men today are looking for serious relationships earlier than previous generations, and the EY compatibility makes even more sense. Society has trained us to think of these relationships in terms of stereotypes, the cougar hunting younger men, or the young man looking for a sugar mama. But real relationships are far more complex and meaningful than these reductive labels. The most successful age gap relationships are built on genuine connection, shared values, and mutual respect, not on some kind of transaction or power dynamic. Now let's get practical. How do you start implementing these secrets immediately? Week 1. Confidence audit. Spend the first week doing a confidence audit. Pay attention to how you talk about yourself, both internally and to others. Notice when you apologize for things that don't need apologies, your age, your preferences, your experiences. Start replacing self-deprecating comments with neutral or positive ones. Instead of, "I'm too old for this," try, "I'm experienced enough to know what I want." Week 2. Communication. Clean up focus on direct communication. Practice saying what you mean clearly and kindly. If someone asks what you want to do, give an actual answer instead of deflecting. If you're interested in someone, show it appropriately instead of playing games. Week 3. Appreciation. Practice work on expressing genuine appreciation while maintaining your standards. Notice when people do things worth appreciating and tell them specifically what you valued about their actions. Week 4. Integration and refinement. Bring all 3 secrets together. Notice how differently people respond to you when you're being authentically confident, directly communicative, and genuinely appreciative while maintaining your own worth. I know this advice might face some criticism, so let me address potential concerns head-on. This is just telling women to cater to men's egos. Not at all. This is about authentic relationship dynamics that work for both people. Healthy relationships involve both partners making each other feel valued and appreciated. These secrets work because they create genuine connection, not because they involve women diminishing themselves. Age gap relationships are inherently problematic. Some are, just like some same-age relationships are problematic. The key is ensuring both people are adults making free choices based on genuine compatibility, not power imbalances or manipulation. This advice objectifies older women. Actually, it does the opposite. It shows older women that they have inherent value and don't need to change themselves to be attractive. It's about owning your authentic self, not creating a false persona. While we've focused on attraction, let's talk about what makes these relationships work long-term. The most successful age gap relationships involve both partners growing together. The older partner brings wisdom and stability, while the younger partner brings energy and fresh perspectives. Both people learn from each other. Successful couples navigate different life stages by focusing on their emotional connection rather than their chronological differences. They find ways to support each other's goals even when those goals are different. The direct communication that attracts younger men initially becomes even more important for long-term success. Being able to discuss concerns, dreams, and challenges openly helps couples navigate any age-related issues that arise. What we're really talking about here is a larger shift in how society views age, attraction, and relationships. For too long, we've operated under the assumption that women become less attractive and less valuable as they age, while men become more distinguished and desirable. This double standard is not only unfair, it's increasingly untrue. As women gain more economic independence, life experience, and confidence with age, many men are recognizing the appeal of partners who bring these qualities to relationships. What we're seeing is a confidence revolution among older women who refuse to accept that their best years are behind them. These women are rewriting the rules of attraction and showing that confidence, authenticity, and emotional intelligence are timeless qualities. Men today are also changing. Many younger men have grown up with strong female role models and are looking for partners who can match their ambition and emotional intelligence regardless of age. Ladies, here's what I want you to understand. You don't need to become someone different to be attractive. You don't need to hide your age, your experience, or your wisdom. You don't need to compete with younger women because you're not even playing the same game. Your superpower lies in owning exactly who you are: confident, direct, and emotionally intelligent. These aren't things you can fake or learn from a book. They come from living, from experience, from knowing yourself. The 3 secrets we've covered today aren't manipulative tactics or temporary tricks. They're authentic ways of being that make you magnetic, not just to younger men, but to better men, period. You have a choice. You can continue believing that your age is a limitation, continue trying to compete on terms that don't play to your strengths, and continue settling for less than you deserve, or you can recognize that you're entering your power years, the years when you know who you are, what you want, and what you bring to the table. The years when you stop apologizing for taking up space and start commanding the respect you've earned. The men who are right for you, whether they're younger, older, or the same age, are looking for exactly what you have to offer. Your job isn't to convince them of your worth. Your job is to own your worth so completely that it becomes undeniable. When you embrace unapologetic confidence, direct communication, and the ability to appreciate others while maintaining your own value, you don't just change your dating life, you change your entire life. You start showing up differently in every area: your career, your friendships, and your family relationships. You stop waiting for permission to be yourself and start living as the powerful, attractive, valuable woman you already are. So there, you have it, the 3 secrets that make younger men chase older women. Number 1, unapologetic confidence in who you are. Number 2, no mind games, just direct, honest communication. Number 3, making a man feel like a king while keeping your own crown. These aren't theories or feel-good advice. They're scientifically backed strategies that work because they tap into fundamental human psychology and authentic relationship dynamics. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, which of these 3 secrets do you feel you already have mastered? Which one are you going to work on first? What's been your biggest aha moment from this video? And if this video has opened your eyes to your own power and potential, hit that like button to let me know. Your engagement helps me reach more women who need to hear this message. If you want more honest, science-backed relationship advice that celebrates your worth, instead of asking you to diminish it, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I'm here to help you navigate dating and relationships from a position of strength and authenticity. Remember, your age isn't your limitation, it's your advantage. Your experience isn't something to hide, it's something to own. And your confidence isn't something you need to find, it's something you need to remember you already have. You are worthy of love, respect, and genuine connection at any age. Don't let anyone, including yourself, convince you otherwise. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into building the confident, authentic relationships you deserve. Until then, own your power, ladies. The world is waiting to see what you can do with it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out these related videos on confidence and dating, and I'll see you soon.